High in the Himalayas, where the air is thin and the world is silent except for the wind, a legend has lived for centuries. The people who call these mountains home have always spoken of a mysterious creature, tall, powerful, and covered in white fur. They call it the Yeti. The story of the Yeti is woven into the daily life of the Sherpa people and other Himalayan communities. For them, the Yeti is not just a tale to frighten children, it is a part of their world, a presence as real as the snow and the stone. Some say the Yeti is a guardian of the mountains, others believe it is a spirit, and a few insist it is a flesh and blood animal, hiding in the most remote valleys. The first whispers of the Yeti reached the Western world in the 19th century, when British explorers began to push deeper into the Himalayas. In 1832, B.H. Hodgson, a British official in Nepal, wrote about his local guides fleeing in terror from a tall, bipedal creature covered in dark hair. Hodgson never saw the animal himself, but the story stuck. As the decades passed, more stories emerged. In 1921, Lieutenant Colonel Charles Howard Bury led a British expedition to Mount Everest. While crossing the Lakbala Pass, his team found strange footprints in the snow, large, human-like, and unlike anything they had ever seen. The Sherpas called the creature metoh-kangmi, which roughly translates to man-bear snowman. The press soon shortened this to Abominable Snowman, and the legend took on a life of its own. The world was captivated. Newspapers ran stories of the mysterious beast. Adventurers and scientists alike dreamed of being the first to find proof. In 1951, Eric Shipton, a respected mountaineer, photographed a set of footprints in the snow near Everest. The prints were huge, with a clear outline of toes. The photos made headlines around the globe. For many, this was the closest anyone had come to real evidence. But the Yeti was always one step ahead. Expeditions came and went, some returning with hair samples, bones, or even supposed scalps. In 1954, a Daily Mail team traveled to Nepal and brought back a Yeti scalp from a monastery. Scientists later determined it belonged to a goat, but the excitement didn't fade. For the people of the Himalayas, the Yeti remained a part of daily life. Monks in remote monasteries told stories of encounters of seeing a tall figure moving through the snow, or hearing strange cries echoing across the valleys at night. Climbers spoke of being watched, of finding footprints where no human could have walked. If you're enjoying this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories that bring history's greatest mysteries to life. In 1960, Sir Edmund Hillary, the first man to summit Everest, led an expedition to search for the Yeti. He visited monasteries, examined relics, and interviewed locals. Hillary was skeptical, but he treated the stories with respect. He understood that, for many, the Yeti was more than a mystery. It was a symbol of the wild, untamed power of the mountains. As science advanced, researchers began to test the physical evidence. Hair samples and bones were sent to laboratories. Most turned out to belong to bears, yaks, or other known animals. In 2017, a team of geneticists analyzed supposed Yeti remains from museums and monasteries. The results pointed to Himalayan bears, not an unknown species. Still, the legend endures. Why? Perhaps it's because the Yeti represents something we all feel a sense of awe in the face of nature. A reminder that there are still places on Earth where humans are not in control. The Himalayas are vast, dangerous, and beautiful. In their shadows, it's easy to believe that something unknown could survive, hidden from the world. For the Sherpa people, the Yeti is a warning and a guide. It teaches respect for the mountains and humility in the face of forces beyond understanding. For climbers and explorers, the Yeti is a challenge, a mystery that calls them higher, deeper, further into the unknown. Even today, stories of the Yeti continue. Herders find strange tracks in the snow. Climbers hear unexplained sounds at night. Scientists debate. Skeptics dismiss. But the people who live in the shadow of Everest know what they have seen. The Yeti is more than a legend. It is a part of the landscape, a thread in the fabric of Himalayan life. Whether it is a bear, a spirit, or something else entirely, the Yeti reminds us that the world is still full of mysteries. So the next time you see a photo of snowy peaks or hear the wind howling through the trees, remember the Yeti. Remember that. Even in the age of satellites and science, there are still stories that can't be explained away. If you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. What legend should we explore next? Drop your suggestions below. And remember, the world is wide, the mountains are high, and some mysteries are meant to endure. Until next time, keep seeking, keep questioning, and keep the fire of curiosity burning bright.